And this show is a great platform to get all those messages out there about who we really are and changing people's minds about misconceptions. Okay, so we're needing to wrap up here. We're still going to take you. Yes.
We as the tribal legislators and the tribal government often get asked about how do we spend the money of the Cherokee people. This is one of the ways we spend the money of the Cherokee people, is doing a show like this. I want you to know the oath of office that is taken by your Cherokee Nation tribal government. It's short. It won't take long. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of Tribal Council of the Cherokee Nation and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the constitutions of the Cherokee Nation and the United States of America. And this is where the important part here. I swear or affirm further that I will do everything within my power to promote the culture, heritage, and traditions of the Cherokee people. That's why we invest in things like this.
I want to say real quickly that this is not everyone who works on the show. We have other people that are freelancers we have, how should I say, we have other people that work on their own projects outside but also work on our show as freelancers, and they're not here tonight. But so I would say there's probably twice as many people that work on our show. Anyways, if you all have any questions,
do you just want to go ahead and
down
the line and introduce everybody?
Yeah.
If we didn't already.
Gloria Shade.
You want to say what you do for the show?
Editor and assistant editor.
I'm Blake Brown, and I do animation and kind of assistant editing sometimes.
I'm Charles Elmore, and I am a Swiss Army knife of different roles, from editor, shooter, to
Yes.
general crank.
Next time we need Teddy, we know where to go.
Kyle Bell, filmmaker and editor.
And shooter. You shoot too, yes.
And I'm Matt Leach, and I do editing and graphics and some shooting as well.
I'm Zach Litwack. I mostly do editing, shoot every now and then.
He is, he puts the shows together. He takes all the puzzle pieces and puts the shows together. He's our lead editor. And yes.
What does a producer do?
So,
she's a producer, right?
she's a producer, yes. I'm executive producer, she's a producer.
Right.
But really, I mean, with our show, we talk about this all the time. We're like, what does a producer do? Because she's a director too. I'm a director too. So we share a lot of the same roles as a director and a producer. But basically, I'll try to make this quick. We put the stories together. We call the people and say, well, first of all, we want to do this story. Here's what we want it to be like. Then we make the calls. We call people. We tell them what we want to do. We set up the interviews. We get with the production company to get the crew together. And then I usually do all of the interviews with the people that are featured on our show, but Colleen does as well. And sometimes if I'm not able to be there, other people will do, like even the Swiss Army knife over here has, he'll do interviews sometimes. Everyone really. And Jeremy does a lot of interviews too. And then when we get everything back, all the pieces back, we kind of go over with the editor. We sit down with the editor, talk with them, say, here's what we want the story to, this is what my idea of it would be. I love when she said this. I really want to show that. Make sure that and this is kind of the order I envision it in. And then they take the story, all the elements, and they start editing and start putting it together. And then they come back to us, and then we'll say, I like this here, but I don't like that there. Let's move this around, and then we get to the finished product. And then as executive producer, I do that for the segments, but also for the show. And so I make sure that all the pieces of the show are how we want them to be. And then when I'm done, and Jeremy, who helps me do that as well, when we're done doing all of that, then we get it to, Zach puts it all together exactly how we want it. And then when we're done with it, we send it to Amanda, who we call our managing producer. She kind of has that role where she watches the whole finished product and makes her edits to what she likes or doesn't like.
I nitpicked the
Yes.
crap out of it. I was like, well, that Teddy Roosevelt quote, there was a space after that G.
Yeah, she did.
I did. I was like, there was an extra space after that. But I'll look at the finished product. I don't look at it during their creative process at all, but I do like, I mean, looking at it at the end, it's, you know, I'll spot things that aren't necessarily, like, you know, sit on that shot longer. No, these are beauty shots. These aren't just separators. Like, they're actually meant to instill a sense of beauty and, you know, things like that. Or, you know, that music, it doesn't make me feel sad. That shot should make me feel sad. You know, things like that. I think, what was the analogy I gave the other day? I feel like this was like somebody set a dish down, a waiter set a dish down, didn't ask me if I needed anything else before they left the table.
Yeah.
So I'm the nitpicker. I'm, yeah, nitpicker in chief, I guess.
And when we first created the show, the producers, me and Amanda and Jeremy and Sterling Harjo, we were in charge of coming up with the look, the title of the show, the look of the graphics package and all the animations packages and all of that kind of stuff, the music, all of that stuff. So.
All right, we're getting kicked out. And also Karen Shade, who is behind the scenes
Yes.
somewhere. I wish she was down here. She's project manager for the entire
Yeah.
department. We would be remiss if we didn't recognize her because she helped build the entire event. So thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you. And stay for the next show, Dave.